It's on.
When we have, it has to be heard, somebody's got to tell me, because I set this agenda. Nobody told me we had to put something in closed. I understand what you're saying, but I didn't know we were supposed to have any closed. Nobody told me to have anything in closed. And I knew you've been waiting to do the closed minutes for quite a while. Right, right. All right, well, we're on camera at 6, because we had the camera open at 6. All right, so we have, so you have 1 or 2 items? And this says 1 item, so. No, I know that, that's separate. Okay, so what we have on the agenda is 1 item for executive session, which I don't think we need executive session for. It's for the 2 approvals that are on the agenda for this evening, and it was for approved settlement from the explosion on Oak Park Avenue, and it's money that's coming to us. So I don't think we need to have it enclosed. I don't think we're violating anything by putting it open. So, Tony, if you would just go over those 2 so that everybody's aware of what they are on the agenda.
2 minor settlements that we made with Andrews, ESP, which was environmental soil clothing corp, and with Andrews, Andrews Engineering. They were there when the explosion occurred, but they were filed suit against them as part of our major lawsuit. We made 2 minor settlements with that. And that's what's on the agenda. 1 for $4,300 and 1 for $8,200.
And that's item J1 and J2 on the agenda. Those are minor settlements because they were minor players with respect to the actual occurrence. So they're very minor players. The majority of the lawsuit still has to be, there's still, I believe, 3 defendants still pending. So this was just 2 of the many defendants that we sued. Okay? So you guys are aware of it. Any questions on that? And again, that's money that coming to us. Okay? The other item, Marge, if we can put those at the next committee of the whole then? Sure. Okay? So what we have tonight then on the open is we're going to start off with the aldermanic expenses and reimbursement policy. Monica?
Excuse me, Mayor, did we call the meeting to order?
No, I'm sorry. No, we did not. Can we call the committee to hold order?
Glenn.
Here.
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 Kate.
Here.
Capone.
Here.
Louise. Marinella.
Here.
Carmichael.
Here.
7 present.
All right, thank
Motion
you,
to
Alderman.
excuse Alderman Ruiz.
Second.
Motion to excuse Ruiz by Lennon, seconded by Pabon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, so we're going to do first the aldermanic expenses and reimbursement policy. Monica? Finance Director, Martin?
So in your hand, you should have received your expense, the latest report that for, what is it, Sharon, for this week? For 7/8, for July 8th. And it will show you all of your expenses, and you should also have the new form that you use for donations and reimbursements or anything of that nature. You should have the new automatic expense reimbursement and payment policy. The reason that I have implemented these policies is because when I first came here, it just wasn't in a orderly or procedural manner or dealing with audit purposes or anything of that nature. So we're just trying to get everything in line. So with myself, Joe, and Sharon, we've created these policies just to make sure that when you guys submit things, you can see if they're paid. In the past, I've seen emails come through. You all have asked us to get a W-9. No offense, but that's really not our place to get a W-9. If you're working with vendors, you guys should get W-9s and things of that nature for the vendor to be paid. You should fill out your form and let us know whether it's a donation, whether it's a reimbursement, have your original receipts. So we're just trying to move forward to a different practical procedural manner to keep it in line, because I get FOIAs. Then when I get FOIAs, I gotta go search through emails that you have sent. This is a draft. The draft is in a draft form. Along with the mayor, he's approved it. If there's anything with the finance and budget committee creating different bylaws, we can work on that as well. Are there any questions? You have the document in front of you. You can read through it. You can reach out to me. You can have questions. Every other week, you should have an updated your report, an updated report of what's been paid, what your balance is, and it will be in the automatic box that's downstairs on the second floor. You should be able to pick up your checks every 2 weeks. Unless it's an emergency, we will do a check right away. But please be patient, because it's not just you. It's the whole entire city that needs payments on items. Any questions? No?
I think,
Sharon or Joe, do you have anything you have to add?
No?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Monica, I'd like to thank you for working on this. We've worked on this for a while. I think it's key to moving forward, and then as well as just for us keeping track of the amount of money we spend or have remaining. And I would say to any of the aldermen, is if there's any item that you question that you don't know if you can expense it or not, to contact, Monica or team,
Right.
just to double check, to make sure that we can expense that. For the most part, a lot of us just expense sponsorships and donations and things like that to the same organizations and such, but there are some questionable items out there that, just double check with them before you spend it, so that they can approve it and get it through the system.
And to add on to what Scott is saying, I'm not the last say. The mayor is the last say. So I just want to put that out there. If there's something that's deemed unallowable via the city of Berwyn, not via of me personally, but via the city of Berwyn, he has the last say. And it's yes or no. Anything else? That's it?
Is there any way of submitting this like remotely or electronically, besides that Dropbox that's in the office, or?
Sharon?
We still need the original receipt, but scanning of their forms and donations will go along with it.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Anything else? Also, I know in the past that, this year, moving forward, I forgot. As of January 15th, 2025, you have to have all of your receipts and everything in for FY 2024. Because I know you have Christmas donations, Christmas parties, Christmas things of that nature, but you should have the original receipts at least by 2 weeks after the end of the year. Okay? Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, good job.
thank you. So again, this is a policy that they try to put together so that we're all on the same page. Obviously, as Monica said, if there needs to be changes, we can discuss it. You can discuss it with finance, Joe and Sharon, so that we can, because this is going to be operated underneath the finance department, and if there are, if it recalls for bylaws, we'll do those, but I don't think it does if we just follow the policy and the procedure. So, but if there is some maneuvering we have to do to adjust the policy for some reason, please, we can talk about it. You can talk about it with finance, okay? All right. The next thing on the agenda I have is the intergovernmental agreement with the Berwyn Health District and the township. I've given you all copies of that. That is the final that was passed at the township meeting. There was only a couple of changes when I first saw it that I required. I purposely have not put this on the agenda nor discussed it with the aldermen until I knew what the township and health department were going to do. Once they finalize theirs, that's why I wanted to have it a committee of the whole now, and I'll have it in the agenda in 2 weeks. This is pertaining to putting a soccer field over baseball alley. Baseball alley, the far field, is conducive to putting a permanent turf where we can have our kids and our adults play soccer, our Berwyn community play soccer at all times, as opposed to closing the field and locking it out because they're ripping up the grass on the fields that we have now. This is the one viable solution. From the township and health districts perspective, it was more for exercise and stuff for the kids and things of that nature. Ours is so we can provide programming. The rec director is here. He can advise you as to the amount of people that have asked for a soccer field that they can play on at all times, instead of us busing our children out to other communities because our current soccer field is all ripped up because of people playing on it or the kids playing on it during programming. We have a large soccer program. This will not disturb the baseball programming because they could still play on the field also, but it'll be artificial turf. The only things that I asked for in this agreement was that on page 3, as I reviewed the agreement, I just asked for a couple of changes. On page 3, I asked for it to be called the Berwyn Community Field. One of the ideas is that this is for the community to use. This is not going to be rented out to outside clubs, to outside people, as many of the fields, 2 of the fields that we have in Berwyn now, are rented out so that our kids cannot play on them. So they're rented out, and we don't want that. We want this for the Berwyn community. So I insisted that it be the Berwyn Community Field, and then there was another area, the maintenance is basically going to be ours, which is, we take care of baseball alley anyways, and it's going to be, in my estimation, and the rec director's, obviously he gives me the knowledge, it's going to be cheaper than taking care of baseball alley because that's grass field. So it'll be better. Questions came up regarding the this rubber turf that's being used. Questions came up, not from here, but in the past with respect to cancer-producing items and stuff. If anybody's interested, I've got a complete study here to show that these rubber turfs do not contribute to cancer. So if anybody's interested, I have that here. I've read it through, and I don't see anything. We would be responsible for getting this field produced and getting the turf produced. We have had estimates, but it's been bidded through Sourcewell. Sourcewell, as you all know, is a nationwide bidding. That's where we buy our vehicles through, our police department, so we don't have to have our own sealed bid process. Sourcewell does that bidding. There's very few people that provide this product to begin with, but they've been approved by Sourcewell. We had also met with, actually, Tony and David from the township met with a gentleman who's going to be examining all the underground, because we don't know exactly what's underground, and we have to provide for water runoff. Obviously, with the artificial turf, we have to have some water runoff. We have discussed with the school the possibility, because they're building there at Freedom Park, they put an underground retention tank. We've discussed with them about flowing it off into there, and they've checked with their engineers, and as of right now, they have sufficient room to do that if we need to do that. There are several sewers in the alley there and also on the sidewalk area. We're not quite sure where those go, but we'll get that information as they do their examination, the company does their examination. We've also discussed with the school, because they're going to have some excess land between baseball alley and what they're putting up on Freedom, and we'd like to develop a walking path, more for exercise there also. Both the school and the rec department are highly in favor of that. So that's other ideas that have been floated. I know I just gave this to you today, but that's why I didn't put it up in council, because I want you guys to read through it. The township and the health district have approved, I believe, 1.5 million for us. We're hoping it doesn't cost that much. The estimates that we have are about that, but simply because we don't know what's underground. It could be cheaper. A lot of it's gonna have to be approved by MWRD, so they have to touch base with MWRD with respect to the water flow and the detention. Tony, did you have something to add other than what you found out from your clubs right now? Questions?
The one thing we talked about is just to make sure that the budgeted maintenance is in our Berwyn Rec budget, which it is, because it's going to be probably less maintenance than a field itself or there. So we should be all right there. One of the things, there's a lot of chatter on social media about, the soccer field and things like that. We're just approving the IGA. The funds are coming from the Township and Health Department. They basically awarded them to the city. So this is money that they're giving to us to build this field. We just have to make sure we maintain it moving forward.
Right.
And so does the field itself, can it have a water retention tank under it, or will it not go
We
through
probably
that?
won't have to go with a water retention tank underneath the field itself, but we have to go underneath to see what's there. Again, with those sewers there, we're not quite sure where those are going right now, so we'll have to camera those. But if we have to, we could put piping and potentially connect to the underground detention that the school is putting up.
Oh, okay.
I need to talk to the superintendent. I've talked to their basic head maintenance guy there, who spoke to the engineers about that.
Okay, thank you.
Would there be any costs in terms of staffing for maintenance or even just programming for the
No.
field?
No,
Okay.
it's the same staffing that we have now for Baseball Alley or
Okay.
Chenero Park or any of it. It would still be the same staff with Rec Department.
And you were sharing that after they dig, they might find out that it costs less. Are there any risks that after they dig, it could cost more than the
The
amount?
gentleman that gave the price that was passed on to David Avila over at the Township and Health District was a high number.
Okay.
And according to what he expressed when they met on the field, Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, you met with him, was that it wouldn't go up, it would, hopefully it would go down, depending on what's underneath. Because we don't know what the material is underneath, what the surface is.
And question, Mayor, this is gonna be just strictly a soccer field, or is this?
No, still be baseball too.
Baseball too,
And lacrosse.
and lacrosse?
If that's a sporting, that we get a program, sure, of course. You could use this field for anything.
The field's gonna be marked 3 ways:
Right.
baseball,
No more
soccer,
dirt
and
on the
lacrosse.
infield, but strictly turf.
Do we offer lacrosse currently?
There's a private nonprofit that has lacrosse and tries to encourage Berwyn participants. The Berwyn Health Department has provided significant amounts of money to make sure that they have equipment for female lacrosse players on their team.
They actually used our facility 1 year pre-COVID, and then after COVID, they have not, she was exactly correct, 100%.
Are they Berwyn-based?
Pardon?
Are they Berwyn-based?
I
Well,
don't know this.
I don't know the number. According to the contract, that to be Berwyn-based, you need 50% at a minimum, so I don't know currently what their membership is.
One of the stipulations that the township put on us is that they want it to be open to Berwyn. So they don't want it to be rented out as a couple of the other soccer fields are right now to outside groups. So we promised that that would not be rented and would be unlocked so that if there aren't teams playing there, our kids can go out there and play.
And is this currently the best location for this, or with the other soccer field on 28th Street, is that maybe a better location to tear down that ice rink, or?
The
nobody
problem
uses
we've
that
been
ice rink?
having, the problem we've been having with the ice rink was, that's another thing that Tony had looked into. The problem we've been having is we can't get anybody to take that ice rink. Can't take it down. It's gonna cost us a lot of money. This idea came up because this is a well-used field. It's a big enough field for what they need to use for soccer. Apparently, I wasn't aware of how large a field you need for soccer,
Okay.
but apparently this is
The field we have
sufficient.
on 28th isn't large enough?
Apparently not.
I'm concerned with, I always get a lot of complaints with traffic and people parking in the alley, double parking, parking behind garages, and I think it's just gonna be even more of a mess.
That goes back to our conversation with the school. We have been told that the school will allow us to use that parking lot that we're doing. But yes, he's, yeah, 100%.
Our future goal would be is if we could get somebody to take that hockey rink, then we could provide practice fields engineers. It's just when they're grass, they're gonna get
Can't
ripped
tear
up.
it down, or-
Nobody wants it, and it's gonna be a bear to take down. We've talked to actually a couple different companies about just taking it. We've reached out to other park districts to see if they wanted it, that they would come and take it down and haul it away, and we've had no luck.
Okay. I'm just concerned with traffic back there. What about lighting, Tony? Do you have new lighting? Are you gonna get on all night still, or what?
However you want.
Well, I asked that lighting to go off at night. It's been on all night, you know, which you say is for vandalism, but,
No, it should be at the turn up now, it goes off at 11.
okay.
Well, again, if the lighting stays the same, the field stays the same.
Is it gonna be locked, the field, or? No.
No.
Okay. No new fencing? No new existing fencing staying?
In regards to that, just a different question, would we be able to install motion lighting so that when there are individuals hanging out there after hours, that would sort of deter them from doing that?
I would have to examine that. I don't know that we
I'm sure
can.
the people that live across the alley from that will really love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
The
well,
lights
that's
going
the
in on their
complaint he's gonna
bedroom every
hear.
time a
That's
squirrel
gonna be
runs
the next
across.
complaint that the alderman will hear, is that people are hanging out.
Well, we've got that
making
too.
noise.
Well, I mean, you've got baseball alley there now, and we have had complaints with respect to people hanging out in the dugouts in the past, so those are still gonna be there. We actually had a camera up there for a while, and believe it or not, they stole the camera.
Wow.
So we still need to find some way to guard against that stuff, definitely.
Is that fence that's up there, good point, Bob. Is it gonna withhold all the construction and everything going on? In the new field, I mean, what if it falls apart? I mean, I think some of it is already falling apart, right?
Well, some new netting was put up last year finally, so.
Oh, okay.
And
I
aren't they
think we're
fixing the
okay in that
netting again
aspect.
too? Aren't they fixing the netting again in a couple areas that are ripped?
Just, no, that's on the backside, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Behind the dugout. I mean,
Right.
on the backside, yes.
Right. So we have somebody that'll fix the netting, but the netting's been, brand new,
That was new last year.
right.
From what they said, that they would come in through the path, the answer, the construction would come in
Right.
through the path.
Okay.
Hey, I have some questions, Mayor.
Okay?
So, just for the record, I want you to know that with my election, I also become the township clerk as well as a board member for the health district. And just for the record, I voted against this project. My questions, I lost, so I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. I have questions about the process going forward. We're gonna use the cooperative bidding process to get the costs for all of the aspects of this field, Mayor,
Sourcewell, correct.
Sourcewell. Because the township attorney advised us that this is going through the regular RFP bidding process.
No, that's not true.
I didn't
It's
think so.
it's going through Sourcewell,
Okay.
yeah.
My other question is with regard to the field, we received some information about the type of field that's being considered, but is it gonna be the rubber granule type of field? Tony, do you know?
I believe so, yes.
It's
Okay.
called crumb rubber for
It's the
synthetic
same
turf
group.
playing fields.
It's the same group that put the one, by Freedom, it's the same group.
Do you know, how does Freedom, if you know, how does Freedom prevent that crumb rubber from getting dispersed across the alley into the backyards of the people that are adjacent to the? Do you know, you don't know?
I'm sorry.
We talked about water retention. Does the stuff float? Will it float across the alley into the lot? It's just gonna stay there. Because we know that that crumb rubber does come home with kids in their clothes when they're playing. So we could assume that some of it might travel.
I didn't, but it has come over the program.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me, Freedom may have, if I remember right, they may have a little wall there between the alley and the park itself, if I believe so.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one at Jefferson, the District 98 has, those rubber pebbles kind of stay in. We do have the alley there, and they don't seem to go out of there. They do get in the shoes.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah, it's not all over the sidewalks or the alleys or anything like that.
So part of the contract, on page 2 in Article 1, says that the parties agree that there's a continuing need for a comprehensive plan to develop accessible recreation facilities. Do we have a comprehensive plan? Can we get a copy of it? And just, part of my argument is that there are other things that people like to do other than soccer and baseball. I mean, we don't have any open outdoor basketball hoops anywhere. The ones at Prexa Park were taken down. And we're ignoring one of the fastest growing sports in the United States, and that's pickleball. We don't have any pickleball courts. We have 3
March,
tennis courts.
we're working on pickleball. Not to spoil your statement, but we are working on pickleball.
Okay, well, that's
Yes.
part of the comprehensive plan that we haven't,
You can put it where
no
the
one's
hockey
shared
rink
with us.
We've got a different place for the pickleball. We think it'll fit nicely.
All right, so there's gonna be pickleball courts.
Sorry.
No baseball court, or basketball courts, that's okay.
I think there's hoops inside the ice rink.
Well, there were, and then.
Oh, they're gone too?
We had to take them all down because of.
And Berwyn Park District took theirs down, so there aren't any outdoors, so if you wanna do that, you have to go to the Y or Tony's group.
Or the
So,
school, we actually have them at some of the schools.
the supervisor at the township is under the impression that he will be developing programming for the field, athletic programming and other kinds of activities.
I don't know where that statement came up, because the discussion that he's had with Martinucci is that the rec department will provide the programming.
Well, he conveyed to the health district and to the township that they would be doing programming and using the field for programs that they create. No? Okay.
I mean,
Well, it's good,
they
it's
they
good
will
that we're
have,
getting these questions
they will
answered
have
because-
input, because this is a cooperative effort. We're taking the most of it on, but they're providing the money, so they will have input with respect to the programming. Again, the only thing that he asked of us is that we not rent it out to outside clubs, so that it could be for our Berwyn community.
Okay.
I have another question. So right now, there's a soccer field that's closed in, it's fenced in. What will happen to that soccer field? It's west of Seafield of the...
On Genera Park?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one that constantly gets ripped up.
Right.
That's why our kids have to go play in other communities when that's ripped up. So we would still probably use that area for practice fields and stuff. So we'd have to see how we're going to develop that with respect to, we're going to keep it grass, obviously. But Bob brought up the good point about the hockey rink. If we can get rid of that, then we have a little more area that we could think of what we want to do with that.
Okay. And in case anyone is interested, the PAV YMCA has pickleball.
Oh. Does
Oh, man.
not open pickleball. Obviously, the one of the reasons for this is so that kids can run out there and play whenever they want.
Right.
Tony, is there any reason why we can't continue to use the soccer fields at Morton College? Because you have a really robust soccer program with a lot of league levels, and they currently play over at Morton. Is there a reason you're currently sometimes using up to 7
Other than the parents that complain they have to take their kids to Cicero to play soccer for Berwyn? Well, I mean, it makes sense. Well,
So we have those fields available. You have a field at Freedom, you have a field at Jefferson, you have one little one over there. There's about
no,
seven.
you can't, we can't use Freedom or Jefferson.
Well, they use it for the North Berwyn Park District programming as well, and Freedom use it for the Park District.
Correct. But-
So there's
but
plenty of opportunity for soccer.
it's also been rented to outside organizations. That's why a lot of our programs can't be there.
Well,
There's no field times, no?
It's booked.
well, our teams, what do you mean by our teams? The only team that doesn't have a field is the Berwyn Blazers.
Tony, how many teams you have? I don't want to debate this all night. How many teams do you have, Tony?
I mean, getting the teams, but we have over 1,000 that play from January through December, over 1,000.
1,000 kids in soccer programs?
There might be some duplication, but it starts from, we start in the winter, spring, summer, fall. There might be some duplication.
Sure.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
One more thing, Mayor and then Tony, if we can get a price to remove the ice rink, just a price, how much would it cost, just remove it by not, selling it or giving it away or whatever? What would it take just to demolish it
Yeah,
and remove it? And then we can look at that moving
I
forward
can get a
for
price.
next year.
I've held off on trying to get a price because I was trying to donate
Yeah.
it just for the removal to a park district or whoever. So at this point, I have somebody volunteered to take it for nothing, get it away, get it out of here, but unfortunately, that's not not as reliable,
Okay.
the person
Yeah,
that I'm talking
That's
to.
fine.
But I do have somebody that I could ask for a price for it, but I didn't because I was trying to get it
Yeah.
out for.
Yeah, if we can just have that for kind of out there.
Yeah, I can do that.
And that might help us too moving forward.
Is that a viable ice rink? Does it work?
No.
Oh,
Ice, no. Roller,
What's for roller hockey, Richard?
it was originally
Back
for
in the
ice,
day.
though, it was built for ice,
It was, there's a drain. in
but
it.
you could never do ice, correct?
okay.
It was really a folly that should never have been built.
So maybe a removal and then a restoration of the,
Yeah.
grass and field?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the restoration, we'd have to get a different company than I'm thinking
Yeah,
of to remove,
but
but
put
yeah.
that all part of that.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll have this on the agenda. We have to wait till 7 o'clock for the last item, based on the publication for the CDBG. So we'll take a short recess, and we'll come back at 7 o'clock, okay?
One is more detailed. One is more detailed. That's all. It's just one. That's what this information is. Yeah. For back to school.
Yeah, so they finally did. Yeah, it's on me. Don't forget. 125.
Question for you. There's a rule now that there's a $20 fee for garage sales after your third permit. Where did that come from?
It's in the books.
It's just a
Look at the
ordinance.
ordinance.
I couldn't find anything about it.
Look under casual sales.
Casual sales?
Why, is somebody complaining that they have to pay for it?
Yeah.
It's to keep people from, we have people who are actually garage sale people. They did this back in, I forget when, I think Michael Plummer's administration, because people were selling stuff. It's like a little store that would open up Monday through Sunday. And so
Monday through Sunday? But they'd have to apply for a permit every day, right?
they didn't charge for permits, that's why they started the permit process.
So what,
And
but why
people
can't we just make it so that they have to have a permit, but they can't?
It's to discourage people, because we also have people, like on Sunday, who come in and they do like, they put their sidewalk sale stuff, they want to be added. And the city discourages that.
Well, what, for a sidewalk sale, wouldn't they have to get special approval for a front yard sale?
No. They do like a special event kind of thing. Sidewalk permit, garage sale thing, casual sale.
Yeah.
I don't know the reason. I think that it's not onerous, because not too many people want to do free
Yeah.
garage sales. I mean, why do you want more than one? If they're not gonna buy your stuff, they're not gonna buy your stuff the following month.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't know, I just had somebody complaining about it.
if you wanna change it,
Yeah. Doing work. I tipped them when he helped me. He was really happy. Well, I overestimate my car's ability to hold stuff too. The tires have been so low. Yeah. The thing is too heavy. She
Right. Yeah, you should have. Right. Yeah. Should have.
this new? Oh, I posted that. Do we, do you?
At 7? Good? March, do we have to do another,
Yeah, we should.
okay.
Does
if we could
everybody have their phone, microphones?
Yes.
Call the committee of the whole back to order again, please.
Lennon,
Here.
Roywood,
Here.
Beja,
Here.
Fate.
Here.
Pabon,
Here.
Ruiz,
Here.
Aaronella.
Here.
Carmichael.
Here.
8 present, Mayor.
Okay, so the last item we have in the committee of the whole, which was scheduled for, by notice, to 7 o'clock, was the intergovernmental cooperation agreement for the, the CDBG 2024 action plan and public hearing. Ladies?
This is also amending the 2020 to 2024 consolidated plan. So we have two different items on city council. This is the public hearing, so once we, complete some of this, if the public has any comments, we'll take those comments under consideration and we'll include them in the action plan.
If you could just do me a favor, talk into the mic so the camera can pick it up.
Okay. So Tricia's going to talk about amending the consolidated plan.
Yeah, so we have the substantial amendment to the 2020-2024 consolidated plan where we have reduced the number of single-family rehab homes that we would complete just because we had so many that we couldn't do due to COVID, not being able to go into people's homes, supply chain issues, contractors not willing to do the projects. The program is still fully funded, so our goal now is to at least complete 2 per year. If we do more than that, that's great. We do have a lot of interest in the program, people calling in, people coming in, we're meeting with them. It's just very hard to get them qualified for the program just because there's so many requirements through the federal program HUD, so we can't really move forward. But the program, yes, is still fully funded, and we want to do as many as we can, so we're just kind of stuck with what we can't say we're going to do this many and only do 2, so that's why we have amended the plan.
Can I ask a question, Mayor?
Mm-hmm.
What are the biggest struggles that we're having with getting residents approved? What seems to be the setbacks?
Basically like the income limit, because HUD sets the income limits for 1 to 10 people in the house, so we have to go by their requirements. Another problem is people owning multiple properties, so the HUD won't consider them for the program because if they own another property, then they think that if they can afford to keep this other property going, they might afford to keep this one up. Other than that, yeah, then owner occupancy also is, say the husband lives here, but then the wife lives somewhere else. Like that was the problem today, is the husband came in, he's interested in getting something done, but then he said, well, my wife lives in California. And I said, well, that's, it has to be completely owner occupied. Like we go into the home and see, are there your clothes here, their clothes here? It has to be proof that everyone lives in the home.
You do site visits?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's part
Is
of
that part of the requirements?
yeah, so.
Do we still have a problem with people not telling you what their complete income is too? They don't want to reveal a lot of that?
Well, right, and so then we'll have people fill out the application, and then we do another meeting where they come in and we'll do a whole application review with them, and then we'll see, you know, through their bank accounts and their tax returns that they are over the income limit and we can't move forward. Because even if you're $1 over, it pushes you right out, so.
Has HUD raised those limits a little bit over the years?
They raised them.
Because they were pretty low.
Yes, they raised them in April, probably by about $5,000
What
in
are we
each
now?
category. So for a single person, your income can't exceed $61,800. And just 2 years ago, it was maybe 48 or 50,000.
I remember it was in the 40s, yeah.
Yeah, so they have significantly raised it.
So has that been able to open the doors for applicants or past applicants?
I mean, right now, we're working with family, so we're in the process of getting the bids out, or getting the specs out, so we can get some bids back in. But it is just, yeah, a process, and it's not quick either, so that's the problem too, is a lot of people don't want to wait. Because like, minimum is like 60 days. So by the time we do everything, send it out, get it back, send it out, yeah, we're on our like third bid process for this one project because we're just not getting any bids.
So what is this amendment actually doing to the monies that were funded that we could not provide?
Well, we still have the amendment is just basically saying we're not going to be able to complete our goal as
Okay.
far as the amount that we can complete. Because this was set between 2020 and 2024. And we said we're going to do 30 homes. And that's just not the case because we haven't been able to get the qualifier. So if we don't meet the goal by the time the 2024 comes, then we get dinged.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions on that, on the amendment? That's J7. Okay. Reg, you want to do J8, I guess?
Okay, so this is our 2024 action plan. This process began in February with our needs assessment meetings. So we asked the public and agencies to come in and give their suggestions and comments and opinions on how we should spend this money. In February, we never know the exact amount that HUD's going to give us, so we ballpark it based on previous grants. So we basically said we're expecting $1.3 million. How would you like us to spend this money? Moving forward, we created the plan. I did attach the service area. So less than 2 weeks ago, we did receive the new block groups from the American Community Survey. That would be your top 2 pages. The bottom sheet is the old map. The top page is the new map. We lost 7 block groups, primarily on the north side, and gained 11 primarily on the south side. This map might only be good for a year until the Census Bureau submits or releases their information. So we attached this simply because some of the changes that we had to make from our draft, particularly on page 39, included the geographic distribution area, and that's why we had made copies of this plan for you, because we actually had to include these changes on this map. So for 2024, which is our 5th year of the consolidation plan, this is the area that we're going to be looking at to do the street, sewer, sidewalk improvements. Where there is a reduction in agencies applying for the grant, primarily because they're still using funds from other sources that are much easier for them. They don't have the reporting requirements that we, have. For us, they have to provide time and attendance. So we do have some agencies that might work with multiple communities. So for example, if we use the Children's Clinic provides dental services for low-mod income Berwyn kids, but they also provide dental services for kids throughout Cook County. They have to track time and attendance just for the amount of time they actually provide services for Berwyn children. that could be a cumbersome process for some of the smaller agencies. And so, you know, we can only spend, we have a cap of 15% to spend on agencies. We don't have to provide social, public services. We do. This year, there's a reduction, we're just above 10% versus 13, 14, which we normally do, okay? So we've got 20% admin that covers payroll, that covers benefits, that covers title searches and attorney's fees and publications and everything else. What we don't use in a given year, we roll over into the next. So our social service projects are roughly about 10, 11%, admin's 20, and then the remainder is for public infrastructure. We did receive multiple comments for this action plan, which is really appreciated. We don't normally get comments. Some of the suggestions were bike paths and things of that nature. But the problem with that is this is too late in the process. So we would have to include it in our consolidated plan, and then we would have to include it in our action plan. If council does not vote on this and approve it today, there is no time to change this document. We have to have another 30-day comment period. This has to be, Cook County has to push the button and tell HUD that our action plan is in by August 14th. So we can't change it. So.
By what date? Did you say August 14th?
August 14th. You have to have a 30-day comment period. By the time the publication goes out, public comments, we encourage residents to comment, and I would love to hear, Tricia and I would love to hear, as well as the city, you know, some of the suggestions, and we can use a lot of that information and possibly do something about the consolidated plan that's going to begin 2025. So next year, we're going to be working on that.
So question on that. If, so we look at, say, bike lanes or things, and with the new map, you may have 5 blocks that are service areas that we can fund through a CBDG, but then that's only, say, 5 blocks.
Correct.
So, you know, then you go through 2 or 3 blocks where it's not, we can't put it through your agency. So at that point, it's kind of one of those things, it's a cost share. It's the city working with what funds you have or what we could have, and or reaching out to, you know, other, if it's, you know, other agencies to try to get grants and things like that. But it can't be that it's all coming out of CBDG to do, say, bike lanes or bike routes or things like that.
When you mentioned the requirements, you made it sound as if it's your requirements, but those requirements are actually set by HUD. Is that not correct?
Correct.
So the paperwork and the processes, you all have to follow what HUD has set forward for that.
Yes.
Any other questions?
So with regard to that feedback, when would have been the proper time for that, like, residency?
During the needs assessment
And
period.
when was that?
That began in February.
February?
Mhm. We had 3 public meetings in February, and we publish in the newspaper, we post it on the city's website. The requests are at the library, the city clerk's office. We definitely appreciate input.
Not one.
Yeah, there wasn't any input. So, and again, that might have given us some time to then amend the consolidated plan. We don't even know if bike paths are feasible. We don't know if, you know, there were a lot of suggestions. We would have to actually really look at that. We have replaced many streets and repaired sewers, replaced sewers and streets, many blocks. The project right now is Maple, south of Ogden, Maple Avenue, 38th Street, Clinton Avenue, that's all CDBG. So when you see projects going on, when you see sidewalks being replaced and ADA accommodations, that's CDBG.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? Any comments from the audience? This is a public hearing. Yes, sir.
I just want to express some disappointment and frustration with the fact that essentially this wasn't presented to public, to the residents until sort of the last moment. And it sounds like there's not really time to be able to make any adjustments based on public feedback, which I thought was sort of the point of the feedback. The meetings happen on February 22nd. There are 3 of them that all happen on the same day, and no one attended. And so this block grant didn't really receive resident feedback. So I understand that there's a timeline, but I think that, something needs to change so that there's not this time pressure, so that there can actually be appropriate feedback from residents.
Well, you can't fault the department based on nobody attending the meetings. So basically, if you think that there should be some other fashion or some other time frame, you'd have to address HUD on that, because HUD is the one that puts the timelines on them.
I understand. I think the issue is that it wasn't appropriately advertised. Typically, events are advertised through the city calendar, through social media, that sort of thing. This event was not advertised in that way, so people weren't aware that the meeting was happening, unless they're going to the library and seeing it in person.
It was on the city, and it was on the website. It was on the city's website.
When I looked at the calendar, it did not appear on the calendar.
We tend to have, when we post something, okay, such as a public meeting on the city's website, there's so much information, we remove it once the meeting is over. So, otherwise, it's just confusing, for people. So that meeting was posted on the city's website. It is usually on the door downstairs. It is on the clerk's board. It's with the clerk. It's at the library. We do our due diligence. We actually do more because we post it both in English and Spanish, trying to get community input.
I suppose, from my perspective at least, if there's no attendance to the meetings that you provide, that seems to indicate that there's still a need for receiving some input, right? So perhaps there should have been other efforts. And in terms of the timeline's the timeline. But I think in that case, then the action plan should have been presented at an earlier moment so that feedback could be incorporated and, utilized, so that we're not then putting all the people in this pressure situation where either they need to vote in order to get funds, or, shoot the city.
Well, the pressure is simply because they were constantly changing this based on everything that came in, as well as the map. So I'm not quite understanding your argument, because they had 3 different meetings for public input and nobody attended. So I don't know that that's an indication that they didn't do it properly, as much as people were not interested in attending. So they did their due diligence. This was changed to the last minute, basically to accompany what they needed to accompany for programming, for the infrastructure, for the program, the agencies, and according to the federal mapping too, which changes. So I'm going to disagree with you. I mean, if there's more that we can do to advertise, I'm more than willing to listen to it, as I'm sure they are. I just don't know what else they can do.
Absolutely. We live in a digital era. I think advertising through the city's social media would be a good first step, as well as any other sort of outreach that can happen.
We can definitely take that into consideration, definitely.
Do you want to give your name for the record?
Sure. Micah Caldwell.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any comments? Okay, hearing none, is that all we have?
That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Do we have any other questions on this? It's up on the agenda for tonight, J7 and 8. With that, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn the committee of the whole.
So moved.
Second.
Lennon by Irinella. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. See you back at 8 o'clock. which I didn't see this here. Is yours not working? She just tested them all before the meeting.
Mine's beeping and dying.
Yeah. Try this one, how big this
No,
was.
it's great. I think it's gonna be used.
Check that, because I think I switched Reyes's out for somebody else's. Okay, it's
Staying
green.
green, mine was going dead.
All right, we'll turn it off now so that I switched Reyes's out.
Yeah, Ruth's not here tonight either.
If no, that's fine. I could do that.
Unfortunately, that's the way that Facebook is built, because the government is all short communication. So unless you're a part of every Facebook group for Berwyn,
I just teased you.
Jim? Very good. How about you? And that's what I was just going to say. Who's going to listen to us?
I listen to myself.
Yeah,
That's how I do it.
right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, very good. Oh, God, it's so nice, Jim. What's up? How you doing?
Good to see you.
Oh, it's so nice. So nice. We're already utilizing it. It's awesome. Oh, it's so useful.
Hi.
How you doing? Good. What's going on?
Nothing much. I thought I came to the wrong one. Saw the police chief there. I was like, maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it.
Sonny? How you doing? Good. Very good. Excited?
Nervous?
Hello? Oh, Chris, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen you in a long time. How have you been? Yeah. Excited for him? It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Good. How you doing? Nice to meet you too. Yes. How you guys doing? We're good. Yeah. No, that's okay. That's okay.
I didn't think he's that tall.
Yeah. It's okay, good. Tell him that. Tell him I thought you got stilts.
This guy, where is he? Dressing. How are you, sir?
Good, I hope. Hope I don't hurt him. Might say it's bad for you. I've had a chance.
How you guys doing?
He would know it wasn't.
Big day. You guys take a whole picture of that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Such a great guy.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are any seats reserved?
No, I think it's all.
Wow, everyone's here.
Are you Vincent?
Yes.
What's up, bud? Nice to meet you. I'm Dan.
Nice to
Everybody
meet
calls
you.
me Skunk, our new one.
Nice to meet you. Hi,
This is
Vincent.
Vincent.
Very nice to meet you.
That's Mr.
Vincent, nice to meet you.
Pay attention when
Good luck remembering that.
He's going to one with the engineers.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Thanks, brother.
He hasn't even started yet, so he'll start Thursday.
Everyone's got to start that. Yeah. I'm ready to just take orders, make a hot coffee.
It's a good start, isn't it?
I think so. I was going to ask him how tough is his skin, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, tough skin, right?
Tough skin. I just laugh at everything.
There you go. So Marge will call you. Okay. She'll read the whole thing. You'll raise your hand. All you have to say is
Sweating already.
okay.
Thank you. Do I want you sitting anywhere specific?
No, wherever you're comfortable. I'll call you up when.
Bob, I'm gonna need you to sign.
Nice to see you.
Anyway, sit down with the girls and relax. He's going to Christie's spot. Oh, okay. And then when you go, that's gonna make the boys happy. If Cal is cleared, then he'll take your spot. Okay, so you get them both.
It's time.
8 o'clock.
Clerk Paul, can we call the council meeting in order, please?
Lennon.
Here.
Roywood.
Here.
Leisure. Fate.
Here.
Pabon.
Here.
Ruiz.
Here.
Aaronella.
Here.
Carmichael.
Here.
8 present, Mayor.
Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and please remain standing? I pledge allegiance to the flag If we could please keep in our thoughts and prayers the families of two retired fire personnel who have recently passed. George Buffalo, retired engineer from the Berwyn Department, James Zarobsky, retired deputy chief from the Berwyn Department, as well as all the men and women we have on the street tonight. Thank you. If anybody wishes to address the open forum, please step forward to the podium. Claudia, you had.
Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to speak, Mayor. I wanted to go ahead and just give a thank you and acknowledgement to the Berwyn Fire Department Chief Hayes, Berwyn Police Department Chief Samiglia, and Commander Ricky Smith, and all the auxiliary officers and officers that kept the July 3 event firework at Morton West High School a safe and enjoyable event. I also want to acknowledge the Morton West High School leadership for providing and donating the water, and Rita Esposito from the Berwyn Explorers, as well as the Berwyn Explorers for the water distribution. Also want to acknowledge Public Works for assisting us with the logistics, and of course the Morton Maintenance and IT Department staff for the wonderful work that they did, as well as all the performers, including the Morton West Band and the Morton West High School cheerleaders. And of course, last but not least, I want to acknowledge my team, especially Melissa Fernandez, our social media manager, GC Arenella, Yadira Padilla, and Natalia Perez for all their hard work.
How about the Scouts?
And of course, and of the Berwyn Scouts, my apologies, and the Girl Scouts, and also the Combined Veterans of Berwyn, and Gil Pena for emceeing the event, and all the elected officials that were able to attend, including State Senator Javier Cervantes for joining us. I also just quickly want to mention that there is an event coming up tomorrow in partnership with the Illinois Congressman Jesus Garcia, State Senator Michael Porfirio, State Senator Javier Cervantes, State Representative Elizabeth Hernandez, 60th District Cook County Commissioner Frank Aguilar, and Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Janulius, who are doing a resource fair at the Berwyn Public Library. This is a DMV mobile, however, all our appointments have been filled. There will be more in the future, but we are going to have federal, state, county, and municipal resources. So if there's anybody that you know that may need an escalation for any of these federal, state, or county resources, please have them join us tomorrow, Wednesday, July 10, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Berwyn Public Library at 2701 Harlem Avenue. With us will also be Edward Hines, VA, who will also have additional resources for veterans. And if anybody has any questions, they can contact 773-869-9050. And if people are still looking for appointments through the Illinois Secretary of State website, it's www.ilsos.gov. And the phone number is 833-503-4074 or 217-782-6212. Those are the contact numbers and emails that they can always log on to, because appointments are always really readily available around our area. So that's all.
All right, thank you, Claudia. Anybody else from the audience for open forum? Hearing none. Alderman, anything for open forum?
Sorry, Mayor, I have something to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yadira Padilla, a First Ward resident and a City Communications intern. I'm here to remind you all about the upcoming blood drive at the Berwyn Township on Thursday, July 11th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Appointments can be made online, but walk-ins are also accepted. Another event taking place this Thursday, July 11th, is the Berwyn Public Library's Movies in the Parks. They're showing Super Mario Bros. This is a fun family event for all, and the next one will take place on August 8th if you are unable to join us for the first one. They will also be playing the movie Barbie. And make sure to stop by for the movie. It starts at dusk. Thank you for listening, and please check out our website, www.berwyn-il.gov, or our social medias to keep up with our upcoming events. Thank you.
Thank you, Yadi. Nora?
Good evening, members of the council. My name is Natalia Perez. I am a Fourth Ward resident and also a communications intern here at City Hall. I just wanted to say for residents who are 60 and older that our ice cream social is coming up on July 24th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on a Wednesday at 6600 West 26th Street. This is a very good event for older residents to get out and experience more and experience live entertainment. And to register for this fun event, call 708-484-2510. I also want to say that not only am I an intern or a resident here, but I am also a local volunteer of the Christian Life Center Food Pantry. And last week, the pantry had a small cookout with hot dogs and water for clients coming in the pantry, so people were able to enjoy a nice grilled hot dog while waiting in line to get inside. The pantry wanted to thank 4th Ward Alderman Bob Vate for this cookout, for it could not have been possible without his generous contribution to the church. For residents who are in need of food security, Christian Life Center's food pantry is open every Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. at 34th and Grove. If you are a new client, you can register yourself for a Greater Chicago Food Depository card at the front desk on a pantry day. If you have any questions, please contact the church at 708-398-3234. Thank you.
Thanks, Natalia. Anybody else? Alderman Lennon?
Mayor, I'd like to thank everybody who attended the Berwyn Pride Walk. A special thanks to the BDC, Police, Fire, Public Works, city staff. Had a great time. I also would like to thank Clerk Paul for being the Grand Marshal for the event. She's a founding member of Bungalow many years ago, and she was a trailblazer for where we are today.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else, Alderman?
I have an announcement. I just want to make everyone aware that I'm having the annual recycle event with Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart's office. It will be on Friday, July 26th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. in St. Mary of South's parking lot. They will be accepting expired prescriptions, expired electronics, and paper for shredding off-site. The exact address is 1428 Wesley, but will be in the back in the parking lot. All are welcome.
Okay. Nobody else? Okay, item C1, please.
Item C1 are the minutes of the regular city council meeting of June 25th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular city council meeting minutes of June 25th, 2023.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Roywood to approve the minutes of June 25th, 2024. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item D1, please.
Item D1 is a communication from Public Works Schiller regarding a bid opening result for 38th Street Water Main Extension Project.
It'd be my recommendation to concur with Director Schiller's recommendation for the award project for 38th Street Water Main Extension to the lowest qualified bidder being Unique Plumbing Company in the amount of $149,318.90 plus a 5% contingency. The project will be funded through the Public Works utility budget.
Second.
Motion by Ruiz, seconded by Pabon to concur with the recommendation and award the project for the 38th Street Water Main Extension to the lowest qualified bidder, Unique Plumbing, in the amount of $149,318.90 plus the 5% contingency as funded through the Public Works utility budget. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon?
Aye.
Roywood?
Aye.
Leisure?
Aye.
Fate?
Aye.
Pabon?
Aye.
Ruiz?
Aye.
Aaronella?
Aye.
Carmichael?
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Item F1, please.
Item F1 is a communication from the mayor with regard to amendment of Chapter 624.04 that reads, an ordinance amending Chapter 624 drugs of the codified ordinances Berwyn regarding the use, possession, or delivery of tianeptine.
I don't know how to say it either.
Tianeptine. Let's go with that. Tianeptine in the city of Berwyn, county of Cook, state of Illinois.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended codified ordinance 624, fix the necessary signatures, and send it on its way to passage.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Roywood to approve the ordinance amending Chapter 624, fix the necessary signatures, and place on its way to passage. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon.
Aye.
Roywood.
Aye.
Leisure.
Aye.
Fate.
Aye.
Pabon.
Aye.
Ruiz.
Aye.
Aaronella.
Aye.
Carmichael.
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Officer Magnus? That passed. Item F2, please.
Item F2 is a communication from the mayor with an ordinance that reads, an ordinance amending Chapter 209, Section 209.08 reimbursement of expenses of the codified ordinances of Berwyn regarding the aldermanic expenses for the city of Berwyn, county of Cook, state of Illinois.
I'll make the motion to approve the amended codified ordinance for reimbursement of aldermanic expense accounts, affix the necessary signatures, and send it on the way to passage.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Ruiz to adopt the ordinance amending Chapter 209 for the alderman reimbursement of expenses, affix the necessary signatures, and place it on its way to passage. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon?
Aye.
Roywood?
Aye.
Leisure?
Aye.
Fate?
Aye.
Pabon?
Aye.
Ruiz?
Aye.
Aaronella?
Aye.
Carmichael?
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Item I1, please.
Item I1 is a communication from the Fire and Police Commission identifying Nicholas Rex as the next eligible candidate on the lateral hire eligibility list.
I move that we accept this communication from the Fire and Police Commission certifying Nicholas Rex as the next eligible candidate on their lateral hire eligibility list with a start date of 7/10/24.
Second.
Motion by Leja, seconded by Roywood, to accept the communication from the police Board of Fire and Police Commissioners as informational, hiring the lateral hire probationary police officer Nicholas Rex starting 7/10/2024. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item I2, please.
Item I2 is a communication from the Fire and Police Commission identifying Vincent Ayala as the next eligible candidate on the firefighter paramedic eligibility list.
I move that we accept this communication from the Fire and Police Commission certifying Vincent Ayala as the next candidate on the Fire Department candidate eligibility list with a start date of 7/11/24 as informational.
Second.
Motion by Leja, seconded by Roywood, to consider the communication from the Fire and Police Commission appointing probationary firefighter paramedic Vincent Ayala, start date 7/11/2024 as informational. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item I3, please.
Item I3 is a communication from the Fire and Police Commission introducing Robert Gordon as the next eligible candidate on the sergeant's list and presenting him for swearing in.
I move that we accept this communication from the Fire and Police Commission introducing Robert Gordon to take the oath of sergeant with an effective date of 7/10/24 as informational.
Second.
Motion by Leja, seconded by Roywood, to consider the communication from the Fire and Police Commissioners with the promotion to the rank of Sergeant of Robert Gordon, effective date 7/10/2024 is informational. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Sergeant Gordon, come on up.
Please raise your right hand. Do you, Robert Gordon, having been promoted to the rank of sergeant with the City of Berwyn Police Department in the County of Cook, do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, support the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and faithfully discharge the duties of sergeant to the best of your ability?
I do.
We have his family up for picture?
Got a big family, Bob. Stand on the table, Bobby.
Right there, right there. There you go.
Okay, guys, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Thank
Congratulations, Sergeant. Item I-4, please.
Item I-4 is a communication from the Fire and Police Commission introducing Thomas Garcia as the next eligible candidate on the sergeant's promotion list and presenting him to take the oath of office.
I move that we accept this communication from the Fire and Police Commission introducing Thomas Garcia to take the oath of sergeant with an effective date of 7/10/24 as informational.
Second.
Motion by Leja, seconded by Whitewood. Consider the communication from the Fire and Police Commissioners to the promotion of Sergeant Thomas Garcia as informational, effective date 7/10/2024. Are those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Sergeant Garcia.
Please raise your hand. Do you, Thomas Garcia, having been promoted to the rank of sergeant for the City of Berwyn Police Department in the County of Cook, do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, support the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and faithfully discharge the duties of sergeant to the best of your ability? I do. Thank you.
Congratulations, Sergeant. Item J1, please.
Item J1 is a communication from City Attorney Bertuca regarding the partial settlement of 2021 L007493.
Be my motion to concur with City Attorney Bartuca and settle case 2021 L07493 that for $8,200 based on authority in executive session, and this is a reimbursement to the City of Berwyn.
Second.
Motion by Fate, seconded by Lennon, to concur with City Attorney Bertuca and accept the reimbursement and settlement of the case as captioned in the amount of $8,200 as reimbursement to the city. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item J2, please.
J2 is a communication from City Attorney Bertuca regarding the partial settlement of 21 L007493.
My motion to concur with City Attorney Bartuca and settle case 2021 L007-493, in the amount of $4,300 based on the executive session. This is also reimbursement to the city of Berwyn.
Second.
Motion by Fate, seconded by Lennon, to concur with Attorney Bertucca and accept the settlement of the captioned case in the amount of $4,300 as a partial settlement. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item J3, please.
Item J3 is a communication from Police Chief Semaglia presenting Nicholas Rex to take the oath of office.
I move that we accept this communication from Police Chief Michael Semaglia, introducing Nicholas Rex to take the oath of office as probationary police officer with the Berwyn Police Department as informational.
Second.
Motion by Leja, seconded by Roywood, to introduce Nicholas Rex to take the oath of office as a probationary police officer here with the city of Berwyn. Consider the communication informational. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Nicholas?
You, Nicholas Rex, having been appointed to the rank of probationary police officer in the city of Berwyn, do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and faithfully discharge the duties of probationary police officer according to the best of your abilities. I do.
Item J4, please.
Item J4 is a communication from Fire Chief Hayes presenting Vincent Ayala to be sworn in as probationary firefighter paramedic.
I move that we accept this communication from Berwyn firefighter Thomas Hayes, introducing Vincent Ayala to take the oath of office as a probationary firefighter paramedic as informational.
Second.
Motion by Leja, seconded by Roywood, to consider the communication from Chief Fire of the Fire Department, Thomas Hayes, with the introduction of Vincent Ayala to be sworn as probationary firefighter paramedic as informational. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Vincent?
Please raise your right hand. Do you, Vincent Ayala, having been appointed to the rank of probationary paramedic firefighter for the City of Berwyn Fire Department, do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, support the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and faithfully discharge the duties of your newly appointed position to the best of your ability? I do.
Backdrop.
It's okay.
Good job.
Okay, I'm getting a workout. Oh, yeah.
Item J5, please.
J5 is a communication from Fire Chief Hayes presenting Daniel Plaskanka to be sworn in.
I move that we accept this communication from Fire Chief Hayes introducing firefighter paramedic Daniel Plaskanka to take the oath of office as engineer with the Berwyn Fire Department as informational.
Second.
Motion by Leja, seconded by Whitewood, to consider the communication from Chief Hayes promoting firefighter paramedic Daniel Plaskanka to the rank of engineer as informational. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Daniel.
Please raise your right hand. Do you, Daniel Plaskanka, having been promoted to the rank of engineer for the City of Berwyn Fire Department, do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, support the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and faithfully discharge the duties of your new position as engineer to the best of your abilities?
J6, please.
J6 is submitted by Public Works Director Schiller regarding a recommendation to approve pay estimate number 1 for the 2024 motor fuel tax roadway resurfacing program.
It'd be my motion to concur with Director Schiller's communication. Staff's concurring with Novotny Engineering and recommends approval of pay estimate number 1 for the 2024 MFT roadway resurfacing program to Linden Brothers, Inc. in the amount of $601,967.55.
Second.
Motion by Ruiz, seconded by Pabon, to concur with Director Schiller and recommend the approval of the pay estimate number 1 for the 2024 MFT roadway resurfacing program to Lindo Brothers in the amount of $601,967.55. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon?
Aye.
Boywood?
Aye.
Leisure?
Aye.
Fate?
Aye.
Babone?
Aye.
Ruiz?
Aye.
Aaronella?
Aye.
Carmichael?
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Item J7, please.
J7 is a communication from the CDBG Director, Regina Mendocino, with a resolution. A resolution approving the City of Berwyn's substantial amendment to consolidated plan for program years 2020 through 2024 for Community Development Block Grant, CDBG funds, and for authorization to submit same to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Be my motion, concur with Director Mendocino, adopt the resolution approving the City of Berwyn's substantial amendment to consolidate plan for program years 2020 to 2024 for Community Development Block Grant funds and authorize and submit same time to United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. Authorize the corporate authorities to fix their signatures and place it on its way to passage.
Second.
Motion by Fate, seconded by Lennon, to concur with Director Mendocino and adopt the resolution approving the City of Berwyn's substantial amendment to the consolidated plan for 20 to 2024 for the CDBG and submit to HUD. All those in favor, affix the necessary signatures, placed on its way to passage. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon.
Aye.
Boywood.
Aye.
Leisure.
Aye.
Fate.
Aye.
Pabon.
Aye.
Ruiz.
Aye.
Aaronella.
Aye.
Carmichael.
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. Item J8, please.
Item J8 is a communication from CDBG Director Mendocino with a resolution that reads, a resolution approving the City of Berwyn's annual action plan for program year 2024 for Community Development Block Grant CDBG funds and for authorization to submit same to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Be my motion, concur with Director Mendocino, adopt the resolution approving the City of Berwyn's annual action plan for program year 2024 for Community Development Block Grant funds and for authorizing and submit the same to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, authorize the corporate authorities to fix necessary signatures and place it on its way to passage.
Second.
Motion by Fate, seconded by Lennon, to concur with Director Mendocino, adopt the resolution approving the annual action plan for program year 2024 for CDBG funds and submit to HUD. All affix the necessary signatures, place on its way to passage. All those in favor on the call of the roll.
Lennon.
Aye.
Boywood.
Aye.
Leisure.
Aye.
Fate.
Aye.
Pabon.
Aye.
Ruiz.
Aye.
Aaronella.
Aye.
Carmichael.
Aye.
8 ayes, Mayor.
Motion carried. The consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion by Lennon, seconded by Aaronella, to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Aldermanic committee meetings. Alderman Lennon.
Call it a chair.
Alderman Roywood.
Call the chair.
Alderman Leisure.
Call of the chair.
Alderman Fate.
Call it, Chair.
Alderman Pabon.
I have a Fifth Ward community meeting on July 16th, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. It's going to take place at Het Park Dance Studio, which is at 19th and Highland.
Alderman Ruiz.
Call the chair.
Alderman Aaronella.
Call the chair.
Alderman Carmichael.
Call the chair. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Carmichael, seconded by Aaronella. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you.
Yeah, it goes back to one. Oh, Rich has only got $10 left.
Oh, you're welcome.
He blew it. He
Cut
blew it
your
all.
hair so this shows nice.
As always, yes.
I can't get this to turn on. Oh, that's real nice.
Yes.